Hello, I'm Alexa Sewell, President of Settlement Housing Fund. Welcome to our Back in Action 2021 campaign event at the New Settlement Community Center in the Bronx. We're so thrilled to be here and back in action serving the community. We hope you enjoy this video about the New Settlement Community Center and learn more about all the great things going on here. Thanks so much for joining us.
Hello, I'm Rigo Noel, Executive Director of New Settlement. For the last 10 years, New Settlement Community Center has served as a hub in the Mount Eden neighborhood of the Bronx for hundreds of families to receive free and low-cost programming and services. For many families, the center is a second home during the week and on weekends. Children participate in swimming, martial arts, gymnastics, dance, and STEM, while parents and guardians catch up with each other on cooking recipes. During the pandemic, the New Settlement Community Center served as a distribution center, feeding hundreds of families with fresh produce and packaged food bags. Food insecurity is a major issue in this area of the Bronx, and we needed to do something about it. So over the summer, in the span of 1 month, we built a food pantry here at the community center to expand the work we were doing and meet the growing needs of the community. We partnered with United Way and Grow NYC to provide weekly food deliveries for families over the summer and continued to provide that service in September. The center also served as a learning lab for students of first responders and students on their remote learning days during the previous school year. We continue to support the Bronx with critical services offered by the New Settlement Community Center. It's only through the generous support of organizations, government officials, and donors like you that have allowed the center to reopen, continuing to make a transformative impact on the lives of so many of our Bronx community members. Thank you.
Hello, I'm Jimmy Orakoya, Division Director for Center-Based Operations here at New Settlement Community Center. Thank you to all of the sponsors and supporters of our Back in Action event and campaign. Through your support, our food pantry, which has contributed more than 8,000 bags of groceries to families in need, will continue to be there for the community. "330 children have learned to swim for the first time this year. 70 children have begun gymnastics for the first time. Over 100 people have returned to martial arts. 2,000 people have begun the journey to a healthier lifestyle through fitness and wellness classes. And that is just a glimpse at the work we have been able to accomplish thanks to your generous support. Thanks to all of you for joining us to learn more about the work and impact of New Settlement Community Center. Your contributions are making a difference for so many young people, seniors, and families at New Settlement. We wish you a prosperous and healthy year. Be well, be safe, and be healthy. Thank you.
The memory that I have of the center that has stayed with me the most was when I first walked through and saw we have this very beautiful outdoor garden. We had some kids from an after-school program out there attending to the garden, and it was just such a beautiful thing to see. It was a beautiful day, and the kids were outside, and having been cooped up in a classroom all day, they got to be outside and putting their hands in the dirt. It was just so great to see how, even in an urban environment like we're in here in Mount Eden, that there were these opportunities to learn about the natural world and where our food comes from. And it really connects in with some of the other programming that New Settlement is running in the neighborhood around fresh food, and it was a really special thing. So the community center came to be as the result of two problems that we were looking to solve. One, the city wanted to create a new, vibrant, excellent school in the Bronx. And two, we believed, having heard consistently from members of the community and tenants in our buildings, that the community really lacked a place to gather and take classes and have as a real hub of the neighborhood. Those two ideas came together to create the campus that you see today.
When I first moved to the Bronx at 17, my mother worked at New Settlement early in the start of their organization. And so, to be in this place so many years later and to have been able to partnership with New Settlement from my time as a youth organizer in Highbridge to this current role as the Chancellor of New York City Public Schools, I think speaks so deeply to their commitment to service, their commitment to, community action, and their commitment to the Bronx.
What's kind of unique about New Settlement is that they have this holistic approach from student through to family, from health through to advocacy, through to education, through to job training, college readiness. They see the full picture. And so it can be hard for us as a school to have an eye on every aspect of what children are experiencing. And the partnership with New Settlement is powerful because of the partnerships and connections that they have and the way they're able to bring all those resources to bear on the needs of our children.
Daily Arts and Education and Community Programs has had a wonderful partnership with New Settlement Community Center for the last 9 years. We were part of the inaugural team of cultural organizations providing services to New Settlement. And we started with a dance program for youth, offering dance classes in ballet and hip hop. And we've continued that relationship for the past 9 years. 3 years ago, New Settlement Community Center was one of our pilot sites to pilot a program for adults that we call Ailey Dance for Active Aging. And so we have a robust partnership with the community at New Settlement.
I'm Taisha Rodriguez. I'm Isabella's mom, and she's in swim camp. Isabella enjoys the opportunity to get to know all the other kids and make friends. And she's really excited about coming in and helping out and being responsible for working with the younger kids. And it's something that I'm really excited to see blossom. At New Settlement Community Center, you walk through the doors and you really feel like you are just welcomed back every time. It's a very welcoming environment. Everyone knows your name. Everyone goes out of their way to just be super friendly and super helpful. Before registering Isabella for swim camp, I had to worry about her food allergies. She has severe food allergies, and I spoke to several staff members, and they made sure that all her meals, snacks, breakfast were peanut tree nut free, and they guaranteed to look at and inspect any menu items to make sure that her safety was the first thing that they thought about. I absolutely would recommend the swim camp program to other parents and other kids because it's an opportunity for them to not only get exercise, but to also really find a group of children in the neighborhood with similar interests. So that's something that creates bonds that can go past the swim camp and they can continue to be friends.
My name is Sophia Martinez, and I attend the MMA classes. Being able to defend yourself is a very important thing that you need to know. I think it's a skill that everyone should learn at one point in their life. I do a lot of stage fighting as an actress, and so I thought that maybe instead of just fighting for a play, I would learn how to actually defend myself. And the class is really fun. All of the teachers and everyone in the class is very connected with one another. The New Settlement Community Center it's a place of education and art. The staff here are amazing. Every time we come into the door, they always say, oh, it's the Martinez family, so like they know us and they're very sweet. I started the class off with my entire family, my parents and my brothers, and it's very strange to have them around, but to be able to work with them, especially because my dad is taller than me, and to be able to defend myself against even him, it's fun. And the fact that we all have all of these strengths now, I feel like is very beneficial for each one of us.
Hello, I am Assemblywoman Latoya Joyner, representing the 77th Assembly District in New York State. My relationship with New Settlement started after I came back from college and began working back in the community, and I would hear about this wonderful community center that was right up the block from where I lived. Many of the local parents and our community board were very excited to have this new beacon of hope in the community. What moved me to support the Young Adult Opportunity Program and initiative was because I recently became chair of labor, and many people are aware of the statistics of the Bronx, of us having a high unemployment rate and many at-risk youth. And I really wanted to truly see some results within my own borough, within my own home. So I partnered with New Settlement so that we were able to continue this programming. We were able to meet with many youth that kind of looked like myself when I was younger, who did not have many opportunities but just needed to be plugged in with the right individuals. And here at New Settlement, they were able to be connected with career counselors who helped them navigate what their next steps in their future would be. So this was a great investment that I'm looking forward to seeing the results of.
My name is Nabel Cespedes, and I'm the Aquatics Coordinator at New Settlement Community Center. What led me to New Settlement was the opportunity to get a lifeguard certification. There's not a lot of places in the city that give me the chance to get certified as a lifeguard. I want everybody to have the opportunity that I had here at the center. I started off as a lifeguard, then became a water safety instructor, and worked with the Blue Seals, where I became the assistant swim coach, and now I am the aquatics coordinator, and I've been here at New Settlement for 3 years now. The swim programs are important at New Settlement because it gives the opportunity for individuals in the community, no matter the backgrounds or age, to learn how to swim, and we're one of the only neighborhoods that have an indoor pool that's all year long.
All of the programming here is programming that we heard directly from residents and tenants that were things that they wanted to see. Specifically, there was a lot of demand for a swimming pool. And people wanted a place where their kids could learn water safety and learn to swim. And of course, swimming is such great exercise. So having a pool here was one of the most important pieces of the puzzle that we really wanted to solve for.
When you lead a school district, particularly my work in the Bronx, folks don't expect our communities of color in particular, to stand up and demand, which is what they should do. And that's what New Settlement has always done. They've always demanded around adequate housing, adequate health care, adequate education, and have been those voices for the voiceless in so many ways. What New Settlement has done was created a space for those voices to engage in a real way, created a space for those voices to be heard, and created avenues to be a force to be reckoned with in this city.
My relationship with New Settlement Apartments spans well over 15 years ago when I was the district office manager for the former Assembly member Aurelia Green. I remember the first meeting in our district office on the Grand Concourse that we had with the executive director, Jack Doyle, who had a very long history leading New Settlement Apartments. And from that meeting, we developed an incredible working relationship and a partnership. I have watched New Settlement grow and expand its services. I've been with this organization from the very beginning of my career, and we've done great work together. We have transformed lives. We've enriched the lives of families. We have given families hope when they felt hopeless. We've given families a roof over their head. We've provided food, nutritious, healthy food options for families. We've given seniors and veterans hope when many of them have felt isolated in their own homes. And now we are here to continue to serve the needs of the residents and families that call Mount Eden and call the Bronx their home.
Hi, I'm Ruth Perez, a native New Yorker and a New Settlement board member. I was born in the cusp of Mount Eden and Highbridge, so I had always been familiar with New Settlement as I had spent a lot of time in the area, had been familiar with the buildings and the community center. I was formally introduced to the organization through my former manager when New Settlement was looking to expand its board. As a native New Yorker, it was very important to me to have a seat at the table, especially as part of an organization that is doing transformational work within the Bronx community. I wanted young girls to see themselves in me, and I also wanted to have the ability to share my lived experiences and influence the work that the organization was doing. It's important for community members to have access to programs such as the Young Girls and Women's Program. Growing up, I really struggled with imposter syndrome and self-confidence because I wasn't sure someone like me could break into finance. Having programs like these for the young girls provides them with the confidence and the tools that they need to pursue any career that they choose.
Kids need to see that there are people that believe in them and are going to invest in them and invest in their community. And they need to see a different vision for their community. And while we don't have a lot of control in things like whether or not corporations and private partners see the potential and the opportunity and invest in the community in District 9, having those not-for-profit partners that believe in the kids, that reflect their vision for their own lives in the programs that are available to them is critical, not just in the programs, but what those programs message to the families about their worthiness and their opportunities.
I believe it's important for elected officials to support community-based organizations like New Settlement, because the first question I get asked as an elected official are, well, what are you going to do for our community? And one of the main responses that I can give is that I support organizations like New Settlement. At this time, many people want to see tangible results, and New Settlement provides a lot of those benefits right here, where many people can just walk in, become members, and be able to have access to many resources that can potentially help them.
To get the community center built, it required a lot of investment from government, philanthropy, and individual donors. And the need for donors continues to this day. The cost of joining the community center and taking classes here is relatively low, and we want it to stay that way so that people can really enjoy it here. But in order to do that, we do need to go out and look for additional financial support.
Consider supporting the work of the New Settlement Community Center.
Through its educational programs and health initiatives, New Settlement presents an extraordinary opportunity for the public to become more engaged in healthy living.
The Bronx needs partners like New Settlement, who make the borough a priority.
To make a contribution, please visit Settlement Housing Fund's website or the link below.
Thank you for your support and for your donations. We would not be here without you.
I know together we can make a huge difference.
Please consider donating to the New Settlement Community Center so that they can continue impacting the lives of thousands of Bronx residents for another year. Thank you.